Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome. This is Muhammad Sharif with vocabulary from NicheHero. If you want to come study with me at NicheHero, check out NicheHeroLeadership.com. Our final installment of it is going to be in London, England, February 13th, 2012. Go register because this is the last video that I'm doing on this. So this is your motivation. Okay, the last of the vocabulary that I'd like to share with you is what I call A players, B players, C players. Okay, A players, B players, C players. Maybe you guys have heard it before, or you're like, he's a B player, and you might understand that based on markings in school or something like that. But I have a different way of describing it. Okay, an A player to me is somebody who is 2 steps ahead of you. A B player is somebody who does what you tell them to do, and a C player is somebody who is 2 steps behind you. Now let me explain that. Okay, let me start first with the C player. A C player, and if you've ever experienced working like Islamic organizations or Dawah or something like that, there are people that when you tell them to do something, you have to follow up with them again and again and again, and you have to nag them, you have to hound them, and they still didn't do it, and you depend on them and they don't show up. That's a C player. They're 2 steps behind you, people that you always have to follow up on. Okay? Then you got your B players. B players are people, and it doesn't sound like it's a bad thing. They do what they're told to do. See, the problem though with the B players is when they're not told to do anything, they take no initiative. So this person could be sitting there, having some tea, and you're like, can you help me pick up these boxes? They're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. B player, perfect. They do what they're told. But then after, they never thought to pick up the boxes themselves. Or even after the boxes were picked up, they don't know what to do next. So they just sit there, they're waiting, and they get that B player status because they don't take initiative. And as time goes by, if you're the leader of this Dawah organization or this Dawah project, and you have all these people who are expecting you to come up with ideas, your project isn't going to go very far. Now, let me introduce you to the A players, people that you want to attract. And you can attract these type of people, these type of players, if you have a wow idea, as we spoke about in the other video. If you've done your own one-man show and you've shown that you're an A player and you're 2 steps ahead and you take initiative, you can attract other people like that. But now here's a problem. Here's what the 2 steps ahead is about. So let me explain by showing you an actual event that happened in Winnipeg, right? This happened in Winnipeg. I was there and I wanted to write something. I was giving a lecture. I wanted to write something on the board. And then I turned to the audience and I said, does anybody have some markers? And a sister, pulled out some markers and she said, here, I have some markers. I'm like, who walks around with markers? And the sister said, well, I thought maybe you might need to write something. Salah time came and then I'm like, okay, we'll pray here. And then the sister pulls out these prayer mats, and I'm like, who walks around with prayer mats? And then she's like, well, I thought maybe we might need to pray Salah, right? Because we're Muslim and we pray 5 times a day. So I brought prayer mats with me. So this sister, I'm a perfect example of an A player, somebody who thinks ahead, takes initiative, and is 2 steps ahead of you. Imagine if your whole team was A players like that. A whole bunch of people taking initiative, your project just moves forward on its own. How would you like to have a team like that, right? I'll teach you how to do it, inshallah ta'ala, and how to attract those type of people so they actually want to work with you and they want you to be their partner just like you want them to be your partner. Check it out, NicheHeroLeadership.com. This is the last video that I'm making of these, so go register right now because this is the last time I'm teaching it in London, England, 2012, and I'd love to see you there, and let's build some legacies, Nation building. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, NicheHeroLeadership.com. Click it now.